what is the standard form of a quadratic equation? Standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Here we have to be aware of two things. First, a should not be equal to 0 and a, b, c are real numbers. They can be rational, they can be irrational, but they need to be real numbers. So this is how we express a quadratic equation. So for any equation to be a quadratic equation, there are two conditions. One, the highest power of x should not exceed 2. And second thing, the power of x should not be negative or it should not be a fraction.
Okay, so talking about the standard form, ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 is the standard form. And let's talk about this quadratic equation. 3x square minus 7x minus 8 is equal to 0. It's a perfect example of an equation. Here, the value of a is 3, the value of b is minus 7, and the value of c is minus 8. Alright, now let's take up a few examples. For instance, this equation will be violating the rule 1, that is, the highest power of x should not exceed 2. Here we have a term which is degree 4. Therefore, this is not a quadratic equation. Okay, now let's see what happens when the power of x is a negative term. When the power of x is negative, this looks pretty simple, that you have the highest power of x as 2. But wait, now when we try to simplify this, 2 to the power minus 1 comes to the denominator, and here you have once you take the LCM, we have 4x cube minus 3 plus 2x equals to 0. Obviously this x goes to that side and it becomes 0. But here you see the power has raised. Now it is no longer a quadratic, but it is a cubic expression. Alright? Now what's the problem when this has a fractional power, means x raised to the power 1 by 2? So the thing is, in order to handle this fraction, we need to square both the sides. So we have here 3x square plus 5, and I take this 2 root x to the other side. And now we have to square both the sides. Now, when I square it, this becomes 9x to the power 4 plus 25 plus 30x square equals to 4x. In order to get rid of the root x, we have got a highest power of x as 4. So that's why I think I have made this fact clear, that we are not going to deal with, we won't encourage the fractional powers, and we will also not encourage powers greater than 2. Now in the next few questions, we'll give you an equation and you have to identify whether it's a quadratic or not. And in case it's a quadratic equation, you have to give us the values of a, b and c.
So the first equation which you have here is 3x square minus 7 is equal to 0. You have to tell whether it is a quadratic equation or not. Okay, for the next one. X square minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. So the next one, x minus 9 by x is equal to x square. Next one is 2x square minus 4x